Formula 2 is finally ready to return. After an extended hiatus due to the coronavirus pandemic, the road to F1 races on into a new decade. There are plenty of new faces and some new rules to be aware of. Here's everything you need to get up to speed with the most exciting single-make championship on Earth. F2 has 2 races completed across a weekend, a longer feature race on Saturday and a shorter sprint race on Sunday.
A feature race is an hour long, plus a lap. Starting grid as it was from quali, full points as you see in F1 with 25 points for the winner. The feature race also has a mandatory pit stop in which you have to change your tyres for the opposite compound to whatever you started on. The sprint race is held usually on the Sunday, and it is a shorter race, 45 minutes, with the top 8 reversed from the finishing order of feature race.
The Dallara F2 2018 chassis enters its 3rd year of service, but it's had a major facelift for this season.
So this year we have the new 18-inch rims. We should have potentially slightly less tyre degradation, a little bit more grip in places, but obviously with that we have an added weight and had to change the brakes to compensate for the inertia.
Everything's going to be a bit smaller in terms of, or let's say shorter in terms of the tyre wall itself, so that will leave some interesting question marks for the team engineers and as drivers, either for warm-up procedures or how the balance of the tyre feels. So I think that will be something interesting.
The 2019 FIA Formula 3 Championship was awash with talent, and 7 drivers make the step up to F2. Champion Robert Schwartzman is with Prema, while runner-up Marcus Armstrong heads to ART. Jehan Daruvala also steps up, along with Yuki Tsunoda at Carlin. And there are also seats for Christian Lundgaard, Pedro Piquet, and fellow Brazilian Felipe Dragovic. The global COVID-19 situation has of course changed the face of the calendar dramatically. 8 rounds have been approved thus far, including a double-header in Austria and another at Silverstone. All 8 rounds will run alongside Formula 1 and Formula 3, with more races to be announced as the situation develops. F2 is the final stop before the pinnacle of motor racing in F1. But what are the main differences between the 2 championships?
It's a more entertaining version of F1. You watch an F2 race, you're not sure who's going to win. Anyone could win, to be fair.
All the cars are very similar, so the gaps between all teams are small. Similar with the drivers, you could argue too, so the racing is very close.
Formula 2 is tough, but it's the step you have to do before reaching Formula 1.
With 7 drivers making the move up from Formula 3 and the best of last year's F2 grid on display, it could be one of the hardest fought championships to date. Who will take the title?
I can give you a few names who I think will do well this year. My teammates last year in F3, Jehan Daruvala, Robert Schwartzman, Mick Schumacher will be strong, Callum Ilott.
Hopefully I'll win the F2 championship this year.
Guan Yu Zhou.
My target this season is to be one of the title contenders, so hopefully everything can go to plan and have a good season.
Christian Lundgaard. Me.
Whatever happens, it's sure to be one to remember. We'll see you for Lights Out in Spielberg.